What's up? How's it going? It's late night. We're going to talk Niners. We got a game tomorrow. I'm so excited. It's late. I don't know. I just was like, let's go live and see what's up. Let's see if anybody drops in tonight and talks Niners with me. Let's do it. Ask their questions, whatever you want. Let's just talk about the Niners. We got a game tomorrow. An absolute great game upon us. We got Sunday night football. Can you believe it? We have Sunday night football. Oh, man, I'm so excited. I can't wait. We have Niners, Broncos, Mile High Stadium. What's up? What's up, everybody? Steve-O knows, Nia Perez, Eric O. I just felt like coming live tonight and talking Niners. Let's do it. What's up, everybody? AJ Howard, what's up, man? Steve-O says, I'm going to the game tomorrow night. What did he say? He says, I'm going to the game tomorrow night. I can't wait. Niners, let's get this dub. Yo, have a good time at the game. Road game. Debtopia, what's up? Eric O says he loves the shirt. Fred Warner shirt. I got to set the tone. I think defense is going to be the big part of this game. So we got to rep Fred Warner shirt tonight. From my man at Lolita Customs. These guys, I posted it earlier in my page on Instagram. These guys make cool shirts, and they always send your boy some cool stuff. This is the newest one. Barack O'Niner says, let's talk about Jesus Christ. Do you trust him as the Lord and Savior? Let's see if he can get us that 6th championship. Amen, baby. Sup, Walker? How you doing? DeAndre? Hood Life says 27-17 dub. Lugo says, what's good, Faithful? David says, what's up, Raj? Faithful, let's go, baby. Man, I can't wait for this. Let's go, Riley. Navarro. Oh, man. Steve-O says he met Navarro Bowman today. Got an autograph. He was so hot. Yeah, I heard that. Bowman was out there at the 49ers Rush event. They had a tailgating event. I heard it was dope. Wayne Breezy, John Chapman, they were there. Navarro Bowman was there. I heard a lot of people got to meet Navarro. That's so cool, man. He just got introduced as one of the, finalists or an inductee into the Hall of Fame. He's not in the Hall of Fame, but, he's got his name in the hat. So the process starts. Maybe one day he'll be a Hall of Famer. I don't know if he'll be a first ballot. I don't think he was good enough to be a first ballot. He's a great player. But, I mean, to be a first ballot, you have to be, elite of the elite. But I think eventually Navarro Bowman will get in there. It's going to be cool. Claudia, what's good? Joshua, what's up, man? He says, imagine if Jimmy takes us to the Super Bowl and wins a Super Bowl MVP. Could you imagine if that happens? It's going to be a crazy offseason either way. But if just throw it out there. Imagine Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers win a Super Bowl. And he wins the MVP, Super Bowl MVP. That'd be crazy. Offseason would be so dramatic. I mean, I think it's going to be a wild offseason to begin with because it always is for the 49ers. Could you imagine? That would be crazy. It would definitely. I mean, we're ways from that. We got to go one game at a time. We got to focus on the Broncos tomorrow. This might be a spicy offseason. It's always a spicy offseason. You know what I mean? It's always crazy. Let's go. Let's go. My man Steve-O says he got Bowman to sign Penn State football. The Barkley signed and got him to sign a Niner helmet. Damn, man. He was signing all types of stuff. Joshua Munoz says, Russ, 2 interceptions. Remember this comment? I think that Russell Wilson is going to have 2 turnovers as well. I really feel the Niners defense is going to come out and just set that tone, establish that physicality. I think Nick Bosa is going to have 2 sacks. I think Talanoa Hufanga gets an interception, and I think Trevarius Ward gets an interception. Maybe Mosley, but I think Trevarius Ward is going to be the guy that gets his hands on another interception. He's just been sticky in coverage, man. You got to love it. Leroy says 49ers for life. Erigo says Jimmy G is our Lord and Savior, literally. I mean, I guess it's great that they kept him, right? That they kept him around for this reason. It's unfortunate news for Trey. Team's going to rally, and now they're going to, they have Jimmy's back. And the good news this week, we talked about it many times, George Kittle's back. I'm excited to see the people's tight end, man. I am so hyped up to see what Kittle comes out. He's going to come out and want to, just ball out because it's Sunday night football. Your best players come out in the bright lights, and they usually dominate. I think George Kittle's going to have a just fantastic game tomorrow. I don't know why. I just have this, feeling in my head that George Kittle's going to come out, and we're going to be like, oh, wow, tight end one. We've missed this. We've missed it. I really think he's going to explode tomorrow. Irvin says, bang, bang, Nana, gang. The vibes. Luis says, Kittle's going to go crazy. Yeah, that's exactly what I think. Jay Realistic says Niners. Let's get that dub tomorrow. Let's go. Media, what's up? I tried to get you on Instagram earlier for the dance. You didn't show up. We might lose because of you. So if the Niners lose, blame it on 49ers media. Blame it on him. I tried to get him live earlier. We went live on Instagram. He was nowhere to be seen. We tagged him. If the Niners lose, it's because media didn't dance. Maybe we'll go live tomorrow morning. I don't know. Hit that like button, baby. That's what we got to do. Nick Bosa is going to eat. I think so, too. Patrick Willis should be in the Hall, says Brandon. I think he should, too. He needs to be in the Hall of Fame already. It's crazy, man. Patrick Willis was so dominant in the years he played. But I guess they're giving him the whole, he didn't play enough years. Baloney, man. This guy was the most dominant linebacker in the NFL the years he played. I know it was not a lot of years, less than a decade, but those years he played were absolutely incredible years. All pro after like just accolades. The guy was phenomenal, the best in the business. Many people like played that position because they saw Patrick Willis. He was a dominating force. In fact, he's not in the Hall of Fame. It blows my mind. 49er Ben, what's good? What's good? Can we get 49ers media in the live? I can't get them in the live. Not on the YouTube. I already started it. I don't have the guest tag to give them. And unfortunately, can't play the music on YouTube. YouTube's a little tricky with the music, the copyright stuff. So we can't get them on right now. We're going to have to try to do it tomorrow morning before the game. Last minute. We're going to have to try to do a last minute media dance because he's dropping the ball. Unbelievable. We're getting Kittle over the middle or Stone Cold Kittle? I think we're going to get a Kittle over the middle, baby. We're going to get a Kittle over the middle tomorrow. Touchdown for Kittle. I think he's going to score a touchdown. Stone Cold Kittle. I think he's going to be handing out some Stone Cold blocks. He's going to be pancaking people all night. I mean, I just think that Kittle, again, I think Kittle's going to come out there and just be a difference maker. And then with Kittle out there, and they're going to have so much, attention on Kittle, Debo Samuel's going to go out there. Brandon Ayuk's going to go out there and dominate. I feel the Niners are just bullies, and they're waiting to assert their dominance tomorrow. The defense is going to be too much. I get it. It's a road game, but the Niners play good on the road. Kyle Shanahan has a good track record on the road as a 49ers head coach. The Niners typically do better on the road. So I really think that we're going to come out, flex our muscle, and we're going to beat them by a score of 24-13. And it's going to be that defense that really cooks it up for us. Run game is going to be strong. I really like the Niners. If with George Kittle there, the run game is going to be stronger. And this offensive line has been doing well. It's been doing well. Pray for no injuries. David says 4 sacks for Bosa tomorrow. If he gets 4 sacks tomorrow, I mean, he's going to be number 1 in MVP votes, defensive player of the year. Like, if he gets 4 sacks on a primetime game, Nick Bosa hype is going to go through the roof. I think he gets 2. Imagine if he gets 4. Steve-O says Jimmy cooks, Russ burns down the kitchen. I think, again, you got to give Russ his credit. He's 17-4 against the Niners. But the thing that I feel is the difference is Russell Wilson has always had Pete Carroll there. Always. Debtopia says, pray for no injuries and no penalties. I hope so, too. We cannot have any injuries. We cannot have any penalties. If we have penalties like that first game against Chicago, we're going to keep Denver in there, and we cannot. Denver's had a lot of penalties themselves. They've been undisciplined. 25 penalties in 2 games. Let's hope that Denver keeps racking up those penalties because that's going to help us. Man, Barack O'Niner says, Willis is the reason why I love linebackers. Dude, Willis was something different. We talked about him earlier. Willis was just this, his passion for the game, his speeches, the way he led the team out there just every week, and he played at a high intensity. I love Patrick Willis, one of the greatest Niners I've ever seen. Hood Life says, 2 interceptions for Toenail Hufungus, for Talanoa Hufunga. Get the name right. Put some respect on Talanoa Hufunga's name. 2 interceptions. Oh, man. If Talanoa has 2 interceptions, the hype is going to be even crazier. I think he gets 1. I think Hufunga's been around the ball every single game. He's been tracking. The instincts are insane. And he's been, on every pass almost. He got a couple pass deflections. He has a pick already. He deflected the 1 pass last week that led to an interception. I think Talanoa Hufunga might get an interception this game. I really feel. Steve-O says, I need to see the dance before I go to the game. Media, we got to get this dance tomorrow morning. Jordan Mason touchdown, says Rosia. Oh, Jordan Mason. The Jordan Mason Hive, stand up, baby. I want to see Jordan Mason get a touchdown, too. I would love to see Jordan Mason go out there and just ball out. I'm hoping he gets some chances. I really, really, really hope to see my man Jordan Mason get some chances. This is going to be tough because Jeff Wilson right now, he's your, default running back one. You have, Marlon Mack, the veteran. They call them up. It's going to be a battle between Marlon Mack and Jordan Mason to see who gets those carries. So it's going to be interesting. Whoever did better in practice probably gets the carries this week. But we'll see. I feel that Jordan Mason is inevitable, and I think it's close to Jordan Mason's season. We'll see. We'll see. I would love to see him get a touchdown tomorrow. Guy's been balling this offseason. And, he deserves it. RESO Cocky says, Niner gang, what's good, man? How you doing? Cass Legion 49, who do you think will score first touchdown? Mason, maybe? I feel the first touchdown is going to be Debo. Debo Samuel is going to get the first touchdown for the 49ers. I think he's going to get let's give him a rushing touchdown. Let's give Debo a running touchdown. I think he's going to cook it up. I think Debo's going to get the first touchdown, man. I think Debo's going to go off tomorrow night, too. Sunday night is when your stars come to play, and I feel Debo's going to have a big night on the ground, in the air. I think he's going to do it all. He's do it all, Debo. I think Debo's going to get the first touchdown. That's who I think is. DeAndre says, Travis King, George Kittle, meet me down the middle, 85. The George Kittle hype is insane. I can't wait for it. I cannot wait for it. Last time media danced, Trey Lance broke his ankle. Oh, whoa, Eric. Maybe media doesn't dance. What if we sacrificed Trey Lance's ankle to beat the Seahawks? Maybe we don't have media. And now I'm torn. You're right. The last time media danced. So we're going to blame Trey Lance's ankle injury on media now? Because it was everybody was blaming Kyle Shanahan all week. That maybe media is the reason. This kid's probably watching crying right now. GA says, I hope Womack gets a pick six. Oh, man. Womack has been nice in the nickel slot corner, in the nickel position. It's crazy because we lost K'Wan Williams this offseason, the veteran. We went younger. K'Wan is now in Denver. And then you got Womack, who's playing so good. He's definitely going to replace, K'Wan over the years. Definitely. I mean, he still, hasn't lived up to the whole enchilada that K'Wan brought. You got to give K'Wan his respect, his flowers. But, man, Womack looks like he's going to be a great player for the Niners. And it's, it's unfortunate. It's bittersweet we lost a guy like K'Wan, but he served his time. He was a great veteran. And now you got Womack taking over the role, and he's filled that role in, very nicely. So it's going to be a little bittersweet to see a guy like K'Wan Williams. It's also going to be a little bittersweet to see DJ Jones tomorrow. I was a big DJ Jones fan on this team. He was a fifth-round gem, himself. Guy came a long way with the Niners, and he turned into a great defensive lineman, run stuffer galore, and he got a big contract for Denver. He's a big part of that defense now over there. Shout out to DJ Jones. It's going to be a little bittersweet, but, it's cool to see that kind of stuff, when other players go to another team. He's going to want to play hot against the Niners. He's just going to want to come out playing fiery. And, they're going to have their pregame hugs and embracing. And, you're probably going to see the defensive linemen go over there and talk to DJ Jones, Armstead, and Bosa. And they're going to reminisce, man. And K'Wan Williams and the defensive backs, they're going to reminisce. So it's going to be a little bittersweet seeing former Niners on the team. RESO says 6 sacks for Bosa. Man, you guys, I would love to see him get 2. 6 sacks? That's crazy. What's the weather in Denver? I'm not sure. Let's check it out. Weather app. Let's go. Let's see what the weather is like in Denver. Let's see. It's 70 degrees in San Jose right now, Let's see what it is in Denver. Denver, Colorado. It is 62 degrees right now. Clear skies. Tomorrow, the weather is going to be, there's going to be a high of, let's see, today, a high looks like 83. No, sorry, that was today, a high of 83. Tomorrow, the weather is going to be a high of 76 degrees. Clear skies, sunny weather, pretty good. It's going to be 76 degrees tomorrow. Game time is 5 p.m., so it's going to be 74 degrees around that time tomorrow. It's gonna be nice, cool, nice summery weather in Denver. So weather's gonna be good. It's not gonna be raining. Thank God, it's not gonna be raining. We've had 2 weeks in a row where we played in the rain. We finally don't have a rain game. Can you imagine? We had 2 straight games with all the rain. I was in the Niners game last week, and it was more rainy than I thought. It was like on and off, on and off. It started to rain a lot, and then it went hold off. And then it was starting to rain a lot. It was a weird rain. It was that stupid Bay Area rain where it like rains like puddles for like 5 minutes, then it goes away, and then it rains like crazy, and then it goes away. It was annoying. Steve-O says, I agree, all jokes, but yeah, that's a good point. Pete Carroll just knew how to get the most out of Russell Wilson. Close game, I'm saying 24-17. Yeah, honestly, Russell Wilson has never beat the 49ers as a Denver Bronco. Never. He's never beat the Niners as a Denver Bronco. Granted, he's never played us, but it's a whole different team. They haven't shown that they have consistency yet. They haven't really gelled as a team yet. And Russell Wilson, you got to give a lot of his success, tie it to Pete Carroll. Tie his success to Pete Carroll, because Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson had a great run together in Seattle. And now it's a little different. Hackett is a different guy. I mean, I think Russell Wilson's an incredible quarterback. He's been one of the best over the years. But you have to realize he's not with Pete Carroll. So it may be a whole different Russell Wilson this year. So far, it has been. It's all good, media. We'll get you in tomorrow morning. My man David says Hufunga's meditating. That guy's so focused. He probably is. He's ready to lock in for a monster game tomorrow. Brandon says Bosa was hibernating the other day in Debo's story so he could eat tomorrow night. He was sleeping. Debo caught him sleeping. That man deserves a little nap here and there, a little bear nap. Nick Bosa's always, working so hard. Let the man nap it up. That was a funny video, man. Debo always catches people sleeping. I remember earlier in the offseason, he caught Danny Gray sleeping, and then he caught Debo sleeping. Debo, I would never want to be asleep around Debo. That man, he'll put you right on his story, always. You gotta love it, man. Steve-O says, how much do you think Kyle will use Debo as running back this game? I do think Debo is going to get at least 8 carries in this game as running back. To me, that's what I feel like Debo traditionally gets as a running back in Kyle Shanahan's system. Ever since they let Debo, do this wide back role, when Mitchell was hurt last year and they kind of didn't have those running backs and Debo took over, it's usually about 8 carries a game is what I've noticed. So I think Debo is going to get a good amount of carries. And, it depends because Kyle likes to use similar plays. If they're working, he's going to keep using it, because if you can't stop a play, why stop using it? If you can't stop it, they're going to keep using it. And that's what Kyle Shanahan does. He's a coach that says, hey, look, I'm going to run this play until you stop it. And I think he's going to use Debo like that. If they can't stop it, he might run him more than 8 times. But I think he's going to run at least 8 times tomorrow. That's what I think. That's a good question, though. That's what I think is going to happen tomorrow. Steven Reynolds, Niners fan, just tweeted back Cowherd that he said Trey may have broke his ankle, but he broke up Cowherd's daughter inside. Oh, God, dude. People are ruthless towards Colin, but he deserves. Colin Cowherd came for Trey's neck, man, over the last couple weeks, and it was disgusting. I hope Trey Lance, when he comes back next year, he rehabs. He's going to work his ass off. We all know it. I hope Trey Lance goes out there and just proves every last doubter wrong. We all want him to. We all want Trey Lance to go out there and dominate. We all want him to go out there and kick ass, man. We want him to. We want Trey to kick ass. But it's because there's so many people that just hate on him for no reason. I'm tired of it. But at the end of the day, man, we got to support whoever's on this team. And it's going to be a tough sledding throughout the year because we have a tough schedule. But we have a great team. This team still has 7 players from the NFL top 100. Their talent is amazing. The defense is the best in the league. And I think they're going to go out there and they're going to play bully ball. And again, they were in the NFC Championship game last year. And this is a strong core group of players. A lot of these players are still from the roster in 2019, went to the Super Bowl. They're so hungry. They were so close last year. In 2019 was heartbreaking. They were so close last year to getting back, that revenge tour. Remember George Kittle? I will be back here, and I'll be back with the vengeance. We remember those famous words. We remember them. And I know for a fact that Kittle will finally get back there one of these years. He's going to get back there, and he's going to get vengeance when he gets back there. Is this the year? I hope so. I pray it is. I hope so. I pray it is. I hope this is the year. Barack O'Niner says, I hope Trey proves me wrong. I can't lie. I'm not impressed with Lance at all. You know what? Lance really didn't get a chance to prove anybody wrong. He played a game and a half. Not even a half of that game. Unfortunately for him, he got hurt. The first game this season, it was a pretty ugly conditions. It was on the road in a monsoon. They played in a swimming pool. But, no excuses. He said he made mistakes. He owned up to it. The second game, if you were really watching that game, Trey Lance and the offense were moving the ball. They were moving the ball, and I think this was the game he was about to explode. Jeff Wilson Jr. said it this week on KNBR. He says, man, this was the game. We felt it. We felt Trey was about to go out and just dominate. You could tell he was getting a little bit more comfortable. And again, Trey didn't really get to prove to anybody. He didn't get to prove to anybody because it was a shitty injury, a freak accident. You can't predict these injuries. Goes out there, breaks his ankle, and now he can't prove it to anybody. There's going to be a lot of doubters. I get it. I know a lot of people are not impressed with Trey. I can't change their opinion. I can't sit here and tell you he's great because guess what? We all have an opinion, and I've learned through the last years and covering this team and talking about this team and seeing other people's opinion. Guess what? My opinion is not better than yours. Your opinion is not better than mine. We all got one. We have to accept it. I don't want to push my opinion on you and say, oh, if you don't accept it, you're stupid. You have an opinion, and I respect it. And I have an opinion, and I hope you guys respect it. So if Trey has not impressed you, that's fine. I'm a big fan of his, and I hope he continues to come out in the future and prove the people that don't believe in him wrong. And that's all he can do. All he can do is come out, play well, and win over people. That's honestly all he can do. So you can doubt him, and it's fine because he hasn't really done anything, right? He hasn't had the chance because he hasn't played much, limited opportunities. So he's just got to go out there and prove to the people that doubt him wrong. That's it, honestly, 100%. No, bro, it's not even hate. It's not, and I know you're not hating. This is the thing, because I see so much negativity on social media. I run these page, I run this page. I go talk. You see the comments sometimes. It's so negative. Oh, Trey, this, and you know what I've realized especially over the last couple of days, you know what? If people aren't cool with him, if they're not going to doubt him and they like Jimmy or whatever, that's totally cool because everybody has their opinion. And when I see people on 49ers Twitter and I see people on Instagram and all these other social media sites and they're fighting in the comments, there's no reason. We all love the same team. We should all be able to support the team. If there's a player you don't like, whatever, that's your prerogative. And that's the beautiful thing of life. We could all have an opinion, and I think we should let everybody have their opinion. Don't come at someone in a negative way if you don't like their opinion. But that's just in life in general, right? Because sometimes someone comes at you, and it's not even sports. It's not even about the 49ers. You say something, and they don't like what you say because they want to hear something else. They want to hear what their opinion is, their likes. You talk about anything, money, finance, finances, clothes, jewelry, food, and you come and tell them your opinion on something, and they want to hear their thoughts on it, but your opinion is different than them. They're not going to like you. Then you get in an argument. That's just life in general. You get in arguments if you disagree on something. And I realized, I was like, you know what, man, instead of getting mad at someone, I'm just going to let them have their opinion and have my opinion. That's it. And if you don't agree with it, that's all good, man. And if I don't agree with yours, it's all good. But we're all here to talk. We're all here to express ourselves and bounce ideas off each other. And that's what it's about. If you agree with me, cool. If you don't, I'm not going to lose sleep over it because I have my opinions and you have yours. So that's it. Off the horse. That's my soapbox. And welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed my TED Talk, right? So that's it. That's it. Again, we can all have opinions on the team, but I just see too much people fighting with each other in the same fan base. And that's what kills me, man. Because at the end of the day, we all want this team to win a championship, right? We all want to win a championship. We don't want to sit here and lose games and not win a championship. So to me, that's the greatest, part of being a fan is seeing your team succeed no matter what. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, there's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be heartaches. You're going to see players get hurt, and it's going to suck, but that's all part of the process. And when you know how people say victory, the thrill of victory, and the agony of defeat, when you see your team win and you see them climb that mountain, it feels so good because you've endured all the nasty times, all the negative times, all the bad moments, all the losses, all the injuries. You go through all that stuff. And when you see your team succeed at the highest level, it makes all that stuff worth cheering for. That's it. 100%. That's it. Let's hope they win the championship this year. That's it. That's what I hope for. A Super Bowl championship. But in the meantime, you're right, Barack O'Niner. There's definitely going to be a civil war in Twitter, man. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy, man. This fan base is so divided. They're so divided, man. No matter what, they're going to be divided. They can never be happy. You know what? There's always something somebody has to get upset about. You know. But that's it. That's it. That's all I got. Man. Barack says, I'm honestly going to cry if we win a championship. I think a lot of us are. I was 10 years old when the Niners won a championship. 10 years old. It's been a long time. I'm an old man now. Brandon says, I can't wait for the epic comeback of Trey Lance. I can't wait either, man. It's going to be unbelievable. He's going to come back stronger. You know, this team loves him. He's their little brother. But, you know, they've went through hell and back without him. And I think eventually he'll have his core memories with this team. You know what I mean? When was that photo of Trey and Ayuk? That was after the game, actually. That was literally the game. Trey broke his ankle. That was after the game. I saw that photo on Tuesday. I had that picture on Tuesday. I saw it all week, and then people were posting. I was like, I guess I got to post it. I was going to wait till tomorrow morning to post it, but everybody was posting it. So, you know, got to do what you got to do. But, yeah, that picture was from right after the game. Trey was on crutches. Ayuk was in shambles after the game. It's a brotherhood. They love Trey. This team's going to ball out. But, you know, what I was saying is, because a lot of people hate on Jimmy. A lot of people hate on Trey. And then everybody was, like, upset all week that, the team, they're supporting Jimmy more than they love Trey, this or that. I don't even think that's the case. Jimmy went through a lot of stuff with this team. He had adversity. You know, he tore the ACL. He went to the Super Bowl with the core group of guys, Armstead, Warner, Ward, you know, Kittle, Debo, all these, like, main guys of the team, Kyle Juszczyk, you know, Mike McGlinchey. They all went to the Super Bowl together. Dre Greenlaw, right? Emmanuel Mosley. I don't want to leave everybody out. But, you know, you get the idea. They all went. This is the core group of players. He was part of it. It was a core memory. It was a core memory for this team. Trey Lance wasn't there, so they remember Jimmy going to battle with them. He was a brother at war with them. So I think that's why they embraced him so much this week. And he almost got traded. You know, I love Trey Lance, man, more than anybody, you know, out there. I've been the biggest Trey supporter, but I feel that's why the Niners are behind Jimmy so much, because he was part of that big time run in 2019. It was a magical season. And then last year, they were so close to the mountain, and Jimmy was there. So I think that's why this locker room really loves Jimmy, because they haven't had those, like, major moments with Trey. He was going to start his year this year, and he was going to forge those memories with them, but he just hasn't had a core moment with the team yet. Eventually it will happen, and it's going to make his bond with this team stronger. I'm telling you, man, it's just when you have core memories with a certain group of people, it always sticks in your mind 100%. So let's get to some more of these questions. Eric says, I just want to see the 49ers win a Super Bowl before I die. I'm 22. I hope they win a Super Bowl before you die, too. I hope we don't die anytime soon, and I hope we win a Super Bowl before you die. Let's hope. Let's see. Christy says, I'm emotionally attached to Trey, but we'll be cheering to Jimmy. He's a good dude. Happy he won. Looks pretty good with no practice, no preseason. Yeah, he looked good without having any preparation, you know. But, you know, he's the veteran of the team. He should know the offense, or at least, you know, the basics of the concept. So, you know, he came in, a lot of pressure on him, but he's playing with house money, you know, and I think Jimmy's got nothing to lose. You know, he fired back at Kyle this week. Let's see what he's got. And again, the team, they've embraced him. It is what it is. And, you know, I think we're all emotionally, upset about Trey, but unfortunately, we can't change what happened. At the end of the day, teams got to rally. They got to still play these games. There's been a lot of injuries over the years, and team has to move on and hold their heads high. There's been a lot of injuries with this team, over the years. It's been crazy. I feel like every year we get a major injury, and it sucks because I wish we didn't. That's football, but a massive injury has followed this team every single year. With Kyle at helm, and even before that, all the years. But the Kyle and Lynch era, it's always been a monumental injury, and it really sucks. So, Brandon says Drake Jackson 2 sacks. Whoo, that'd be nice. More than anybody? Okay, maybe not Smitty. He's the biggest Trey Lance fan in the world. Riley says, I love Sunday night football, but it's going to feel like an eternity waiting. That is the worst part of waiting for a Sunday night game because you have to wait all single day, and it's like a long wait. But there's some good games there tomorrow to pass the time, but it is going to feel like an eternity. You're right. It does feel like it's like the song says, you're waiting all day for a Sunday night. You literally are. But, yeah, that's it for tonight. Just want to come in, answer some questions, talk Niner football. We'll be live again tomorrow morning, pregame show. I can't wait for tomorrow. Niner football, Sunday night football. I think the Niners are going to get a dub, and it's going to be a fun night tomorrow. Well, if they lose, I'll be in shambles with the rest of you. So let's hope they win because I do not want to be in shambles. I don't want to deal with the negativity of a loss. But, hey, it's a long game. It's a long season, 17 games. You're not going to win them all. But let's hope we win this one. Have a good night, Niners.